Jesus Christ revealed a secret so dangerous that even today, 2,000 years later, no Catholic or Protestant church dares to mention it during their sermons. And I'm not talking about misinterpreted parables or lost translations. I'm talking about the third seal, the forbidden eye, the monadic vision that, when activated, dissolves the entire system of spiritual control built upon humanity. Have you ever wondered why in Matthew 6 verse 22 Jesus says, "If your eye is single, your whole body will be full of light"? Why eye in the singular? Because modern translations change simple to good. Because this word haplos in Greek does not mean good. It means unique, singular, one. Jesus was talking about the third seal, the pineal eye, the gland that connects you directly with the source, without intermediaries, without institutions, without control. And today, I will prove to you why this was systematically erased from Christian doctrine. Because billions of people pray with their eyes closed without understanding what they are invoking, and especially how you can break that seal right now. But before continuing, you need to understand one thing. After watching this, your relationship with faith will never be the same. So, if you're not ready to see the naked truth, this is the moment to leave right now. So let's go deep. Let's start at the beginning. And the beginning isn't pretty. In the year 325 AD, Emperor Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea officially to unify Christian doctrine. In practice, to edit, censor, and control what billions of people would believe for the next 2,000 years. Of the 75 original Gospels circulating among early Christian communities, only 4 were chosen. Coincidence? There is no coincidence. The Gospel of Thomas, discovered in 1945 in Nag Hammadi, contains 114 sayings of Jesus that do not appear in the canonical Bible. And saying number 24 is explosive. The light within a man of light illuminates the whole world. If he does not shine, darkness remains. Light within, not from outside, not mediated by priest, pastor, or pope. Within. Now observe the pattern. 325 after Christ. Council of Nicaea removes Gnostic texts. 367 of Christ. Letter of Athanasius defines exactly which books are inspired. 154563. Council of Trent reaffirms control over interpretation. 1611. King James Version alters key translations. Each revision, each council, each modernization removes a layer of the original truth, and always in the same direction, removing individual power, centralizing spiritual authority. Why? Because a Christian who accesses the source directly does not pay tithes of $289 billion per year in Brazil alone. IT doesn't need hierarchy. It can be controlled. But wait, there's more. Do you know what the word religion means? It comes from Latin, religare, re-again, ligare, to bind, to tie, to fasten, to reconnect. But reconnect to what? To the source or to the system. Jesus never used the word religion. He said, "The kingdom of heaven is within you." In Luke 17, verse 21. Paul wrote in Colossians 1, verse 27, "Christ in you, the hope of glory within, in not outside, not in Jerusalem, Rome, or Wittenberg." And this is where the third seal comes in. Now pay attention. What you are about to hear will rearrange everything you thought you knew about Christian iconography. The pineal gland, pine cone shaped, located in the geometric center of the brain, appears throughout ancient spiritual power iconography. Golden eye in Egypt 3,000 years ago. Christ's third eye of Shiva in India, St. Peter's Square. Giant pine cone statue, Pope's scepter. Pine cone on top. The largest bronze pine cone statue in the world is in the Vatican. It is 4 m tall, made in the 16th century. Christ, because the ultimate symbol of spiritual enlightenment, is at the center of the religious power that suppresses his knowledge, because they know they always knew. Now listen to this. In a painting from 1308 called The Temptation on Mount Duo di Bonsinia, Jesus is being tempted by the devil, but observe the positioning of Christ's hands. He touches his forehead, the exact point of the pineal gland. This appears in 47 Renaissance paintings cataloged by the Journal of Neurosurgery in 2016. The study states, Renaissance artists systematically depicted the activation of the pineal gland in scenes of religious ecstasy. The artists knew, the masters knew, the ecclesiastical elite knew, but the knowledge never reached the church pews. And now observe the rituals. Catholic, sign of the cross ends in the center of the forehead. Orthodox, incense circled 3 times, activating energy points. Hindu, titikak, or bind, exactly over the 6th chakra. Buddhist, urn, the 3rd eye in all Buddhist statues. Every authentic spiritual tradition points to the same place, the same portal, the same seal, but in institutional Christianity, suppressed, ridiculed, called occultism. And here it gets disturbing. In 1640, René Descartes, a Catholic philosopher, wrote, in Treatise on Man, the pineal gland is the seat of the soul, the point where body and spirit meet. Years later, the Catholic Church places works on the Index Librorum Probatorum books, forbidden until 1966. Why? Because he confirmed anatomically what Jesus taught. Spiritually, the 3rd seal is real, it's physical, it's activatable, and they don't want you to know about it. Now let's get to the hard science, because if this is real, there must be measurable evidence. A 2006 study from the University of Pennsylvania, led by Dr. Andrew Berg, monitored the brain activity of nuns during deep prayer and Buddhist monks in meditation. The result was a 300% increase in endogenous DMT production, intense activation of the superior parietal cortex, deactivation of the inferior parietal lobe, the sense of a separate self, bilateral synchronization of theta waves. In plain English, when you correctly activate this region, your brain literally dissolves perception of separation between you and the universe. You experience unity. This is not metaphysics. It's neurobiology. And there's more. The pineal gland naturally produces melatonin, which regulates sleep-wake cycles. Serotonin, responsible for emotional well-being, and DMT, or methyltryptamine, the so-called God molecule. DMT is the most potent psychedelic substance known. It produces mystical experiences indistinguishable from religious revelation, and you naturally produce this every night during sleep. Dr. Rick Strassman, a psychiatrist at the University of New Mexico, spent 20 years researching this. His conclusion? The pineal gland is the biological gateway to spiritual experiences. It's where chemistry meets consciousness. But here's the problem. Study published in the Journal of Pineal Research. 2023, 87% of the Western population has advanced pineal calcification. Calcification begins at age 2, with a 94% correlation with exposure of fluoride in the water. Fluoride, the same substance added to water for dental health since 1945, right after World War II. It accumulates specifically in the pineal gland. A 1997 study from the University of Surrey, United Kingdom, confirmed the pineal gland is the organ with the highest accumulation of fluoride in the human body. 1945, water fluoridation begins in the West. 1950 to 1960, explosion of traditional religious institutions. 1970 to 2000, decline in reported mystical experiences. 29 out of 10 people have never had a transcendental experience. Coincidence? There is no coincidence. And now observe the behavioral pattern. Data Folha Survey 2023. 76% of Brazilians identify as Christians. 89% of these have never read the complete Bible. 94% cannot explain central doctrines of their faith. 67% attend church due to family tradition. Billions of people following a system whose foundations they don't understand, repeating rituals whose meanings have been erased, closing their eyes when they should open them. This is not spirituality. It's mass behavioral programming, and it works because the organ that should detect this manipulation is switched off. Now the trillion-dollar question. Who benefits from this? And the answer is simpler than it seems. Level 1, religious institutions. Spiritual control. Behavioral control. When you believe that salvation comes from outside of rituals, sacraments, and hierarchy, you transfer personal power to external authority. You become dependent on institutional validation, accepting imposed morality without question. You pay financially for the intermediation. Global annual revenue of religious organizations, the 1.2 trillion, larger than the GDP of entire countries. Estimated assets of the Vatican, the 10, 15 billion, and official figures. Independent estimates, above 2 trillion in properties, art, investments. Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world." In John 18, verse 36, the Vatican is literally a country with its own bank, army, diplomatic immunity. Level 2, political control. Spiritually dependent population. Teach, politically obedient population. All European monarchies legitimize power through the church. Divine right of kings. Sheikhs, king appointed by God. Disobeying the king. Disobeying God. The doctrine of submission to authorities. Romans 13, verses 1 and 2. Everyone must submit to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. This passage has been used to justify slavery in the Americas, Nazism in Germany, Deus Mitoms, apartheid in South Africa, military dictatorships in Latin America. A population that closes its eyes and lets God control, does not revolt, does not question, does not awaken. Level 3, energy control. And here we arrive at the part that will sound absurd until you understand the physics behind it. Human emotion generates a measurable electromagnetic field. Institute of the TM 1991 to the present. The human heart generates a magnetic field 5,000 times stronger than the brain, detectable up to 3 m away. When people feel the same emotion, simultaneously, fear, guilt, adoration generate a collective field of high intensity. Every Catholic Mass follows the same ritual at the same time in 221,700 parishes around the world. The entire evangelical church uses identical emotional progression, crescendo music, dramatic preaching, and a final appeal. Sunday desire. 1.2 billion people emotionally synchronized. This is not worship. It's energy harvesting. And it works because the organ that should perceive its own energy being drained, the pineal gland, is blocked. But the most ingenious part of the system is that it protects itself. Any esoteric knowledge, including pineal activation, is labeled as New Age by Protestants, occult by Catholics, demonic by evangelicals. Meanwhile, the Pope wears a tiara with a pine cone on top. Cardinals wear robes with sacred geometry. Cathedrals are built on geodesic lines. They use knowledge and condemn those who try to discover it. This is not hypocrisy. It's a strategy of millennia. But here's the truth they really don't want you to know. You can break this seal right now, because unlike political power or money, your access to the source is inalienable. No one can block it, only obscure it. And obscuring is reversible. The 5 keys of the 3rd seal. Key 1, physical decalcification. Eliminate fluoride. Use fluoride-free toothpaste. Filter water. K2 plus D3 supplements that dissolve accumulated calcium. Intermittent fasting. Protocol 168. Activates pineal autophagy. Direct sunlight. 15 minutes daily without glasses. Study from the Journal of Photochemistry and Photobiology 2018. Active sun exposure. Pineal melatonin production at 340%. Time to measurable results 32. 90 days. Key 2, conscious breathing technique. Modified pranayama. Inhale 4 counts. Hold for 7 counts. Exhale for 8 counts. Focus the tension in the center of the forehead. Breath retention increases CO2 in the blood, causing cerebral vasodilation, increasing blood flow to the pineal gland. Dr. Herbert Benson, Harvard Medical School. Tibetan yogis have used this technique for 3,000 years specifically to activate the chakra. Recommended time, 10 minutes daily. Key 3, sound frequencies. The pineal gland responds specifically to frequencies between 90 and 120 Hz, 936 Hz. The so-called pineal frequency of the sun. Binaural beats 7.83 Hz. The Schumann resonance, Vocalize mantras. OM, vibrate the skull at the ideal frequency. University of Montreal, 2019. Exposure to 936 Hz for 20 minutes increases pineal activity by 47%. Used during meditation or before sleeping. Key 4, dopamine fasting. Social media, pornography, sugar, sensationalist news. All designed to hijack your reward system and keep consciousness in beta mode, alert and stressed. Pineal activation requires theta brainwaves 4 to 7 Hz or delta 0.5 to 4 Hz. Constant dopaminergic stimulation traps you in BA, 12 to 30 Hz. The 7-day challenge without social media, news, refined sugar, and pornography. Result, pineal sensitivity increases 300% in 1 week. Key 5, third eye meditation. The detailed technique. Sit comfortably, spine straight. Close your physical eyes. Direct both eyes upwards and inwards, as if looking through your forehead. Visualize violet or indigo light in the center of your skull. Mentally repeat, I see the truth beyond the veil. Recommended time, 20 minutes daily. Warning, first, weeks you may feel pressure in your forehead, hypnagogic visions, increased synchronicities. Don't be scared, it's a seal opening. Look, I know this is a lot. I know you. We're taught that seeking this is wrong, dangerous, demonic. But answer me one thing, who taught you that? Institutions that built empires, keeping you away from this experience. Jesus prayed alone in the desert, not in temples. Buddha became enlightened under a tree, not in a monastery. Moses received revelation on a mountain, not in a synagogue. The pattern is clear. Real connection happens outside the institutional system. So, here's my challenge to you. In the next 30 days, practice the 5 keys. Don't believe me. Don't believe the church. Don't believe anyone. Try it, because when the third seal breaks, you no longer need blind faith. You have direct experience. You become proof. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who is ready to see beyond the veil.